Alright guys, it looks like we got like 5 minutes left almost. I'm hoping that it's not only YouTube, because I was having issues with YouTube yesterday. So I'm hoping that maybe it'll be on Twitch as well, but their Twitch hasn't gone live like the YouTube one here has. So I'm going to be checking on both of them back and forth. Hopefully no issues happen on YouTube, otherwise we may have to do it on Chrome, but it's going to have like hardware acceleration off and it's going to be laggy. So hoping for the best on this. This is going to be the VR show for, I think, Upload VR. They're taking care of all the VR content for all the systems, including the PlayStation VR, I think I heard. So we're going to probably be seeing a lot of that for about an hour, I think is their presentation. And then afterwards it starts with the PC gaming show, which should be pretty interesting because there's going to be some hardware stuff with the AMD stuff there too as well. So hi everybody, welcome to this stream. Jay, how are you, sir? Glad you can make it. Got about 3 minutes. We're going to be listening to some music until then. If any predictions or anything, I don't really know what VR stuff is in the works, so I can't predict anything. But I hope there are some interesting stuff. I haven't gotten a VR set myself yet, but I have always been interested in getting the PSVR. I've tried that before at work, and it's pretty cool. I like it. It's right now it's just a little expensive, so that's why I haven't gotten it, but we'll see. Alright, it looks like our first thing's coming up, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut to that and get the sound off.
This planet, one side always in dark, one side always in light. Every 3,000 years, this moon passes between our planet.
Let me know how the sound is for you guys. If it's too loud for you guys or anything like that.
A shield for the rightful owners. Knowing this, the tribes of the light side have constructed the light temple. They believe this temple will protect them.
I feel like it might be a little bit loud, right?
Your task is to destroy this place before the day of the eclipse.
Go with about maybe that much right there. Let me know if you can hear me though.
You are one of the few.
Is it? Yeah, I thought so too. Alright, if you're saying it's too loud, let's go ahead and halfway for now. If you're having issues hearing the audio from the actual presentation, let me know and I'll put it up. But I'll put it at halfway for now. Got some funky music though, better music than the other presentations. This is gonna be a fucking long ass day. So many presentations today. So we got the VR thing first, then the PC gaming show. I believe Limited Run Games is doing their thing. Limited Run is the company that does like those indie games on like actual physical media. They have that, and I think they also make a couple games as well too. And then afterwards we got Ubisoft, the Kind of Funny show, which I expect a couple games there, probably a lot of indie games, and then Square Enix at the end of the night with some Final Fantasy VII. I hope you haven't seen that new trailer that just came out, because that shit's fire, and I've been trying to avoid it to get the live reactions later tonight, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on tonight during Square Enix's show. So I want that live reaction, you know. All right, 10 seconds. Let's go. Have you tried VR yet, Jay? At maybe a store?
Hey guys, Richard here, Studio Director at Vertigo Games. Welcome to our studio. Today the team will be talking about After the Fall, our biggest and most ambitious VR project yet. We've been working on this for 1.5 years and we can't wait to hear what you guys think.
I will tell you what I think. I see a light gun console in the back arcade. Are we gonna get a light gun game in VR? After the Fall. I've never heard of After the Fall, if that's a game. Oh, they're not gonna show the game? Come on.
After the Fall is a VR action FPS with RPG elements set in a shared world with 4-player co-op at its heart. Players use their own combat styles to fight against a variety of these zombie-like creatures known as the Snowbeat in a battle for survival.
You have your boy has VR.
Frozen post-apocalyptic.
That's awesome, man.
Los
What
Angeles.
games did you try?
Me, After the Fall is about.
I tried
a lot of
the early
enemies
ones
and
that
about
came
loads
out
of
when
things.
the first
Me and my team are
PSVR
really
came out.
pushing the boundaries of
I
VR
tried
by
like
getting
the
the
shark
largest wars,
game,
the biggest bosses,
the
the
little
richest
tank
environments
game.
on screen,
I haven't tried any
all
of
shared
the
with players
actual
around.
newer games.
So once players have teamed up and selected a loadout, they go on a mission together. Missions can
Play
involve
Doom and
various
Resident Evil
types of
7.
objectives.
Damn, dude.
Say a
That's
settlement
awesome.
is in
That's
desperate
the one
need
I wanted to
of some
get it for,
assistance
Resident Evil
and
7.
requires you to go out and save them
Yeah,
from
I
a
still want to
giant
play it one
colossal
day
snow
like
beat
that.
you need to take down together.
That's
The
fucking
main
dope.
focus for After the Fall are the main missions that you do.
Man, and
but
Doom.
aside
Did
from
Doom
that,
give
there's
you a
also
headache
side
at all?
content that you can follow, and events and other interesting encounters that you can do to upgrade your equipment
I
further.
feel like oh
you know,
wait,
and of
didn't
course,
Doom have like that
like that
lockdown
endgame.
mechanic where they kept you in one spot and you had to like teleport?
Hey everyone, and welcome to the first ever Upload E3 VR showcase. Thanks for being here. I'm Jamie. This is going to be exactly what it sounds like, 60 minutes of VR games. That's not a lot of time for me to talk. You just want to see the games. Why don't we just get right to it?
Completely forgot what the other guy said about his game. Like I was hoping they would show a little bit of the gameplay.
It was a land of magic and wonder.
Alright. Hey, listen. Hey, hey. Saw little Navis fly by, right?
And many foes wished to claim it.
Do monsters and shit. Yeah, dude. Be shooting rocket launcher. Ah! Get out of my face.
There is no price I wouldn't pay to protect my home.
Shotgun to the face. Yeah, they did for Doom. Damn, yeah. That's the only drawback about that game on VR, that they had to lock you down like
What
that.
is but a soul
What are you gonna
in
do?
return for such power?
They haven't like perfected the motion sickness part of it. Become a wizard, Harry. Oh, another Rust game? With gracious permission from Valve? A Team Fortress VR game? Ooh. With hot dogs? Salami Fortress? Dos? What's going on here? That wizard came from the moon. What's going on here? We're shooting down hot dogs in the war of the hot dogs. What's going on? They should have made the guns like ketchup and mustard and all that sort of shit. Made it into a Splatoon game with wieners. Oh my god, that would have been perfect.
Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to Nicorp's offices. We're going to be showing you some footage from budget cuts for PSVR for the very first time.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Salami Fortress. Oh, this is cool. Kind of Portal-ish. Budget cuts. So, PlayStation VR.
Hi, my name is James Hunt, and I'm very happy to announce the next title from Fast Travel Games and a passion project of mine called The Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets. The Curious Tale is an interactive, heartwarming story where you play your childhood memories formed into tiny worlds in front of you.
Oh, my
the
childhood
game is full
memories.
of animated life, playful interactions, and joyful, unique puzzles. We at Fast Travel Games are known for our action adventures in first person.
I'm an 80s baby. My childhood memories are warped and weird.
Working on this game alongside our bigger titles, and we hope to share something really special. And here's the very first trailer. Enjoy.
Is that you? I didn't recognize you at first. You're all grown up. Do you remember the curious worlds we created together?
Oh my god, this is so like Teletubbies right now. No, don't touch me.
And I think you can help.
This is kind of cute, pretty adorable. It's like going to school and creating one of those little art stuff for like art class diagrams, where you just put stuff from like together from like trees and shit like that. Alright. Tale of the Stolen Pets.
Yoo-hoo! Hot sauce, please!
Ooh, Angry Birds.
Hello!
We
need to put aside our differences and work together.
Or is this an actual ad for the movie? Frenemies VR. Fun for the whole family.
Okay, guys, let's do this.
I really like the first movie. I don't know if you've seen the first movie. The first movie is actually very hilarious.
For the
Angry
players.
Birds. Yeah.
Are you
they went into
freaking
that
kidding
movie.
me? That was an awesome showcase of the great content VR developers are putting out there right now. Next up, let's take a trip to the TARDIS.
Signal at maximum power.
Oh, are we gonna do?
You are gonna love this bit.
Doctor Who: The Edge of
Doctor
Time
Who?
is a feature-length adventure where you get to fly the
Doctor Who
TARDIS
VR?
and visit new locations in the world of Doctor Who. The story based around a villain that has awoken. They're in control of space and time, and they've sent out a reality
I'm not a
virus
huge
that
Doctor Who
totally
fan,
disrupts the
but I
time
know a lot
across
of people would
various
probably be
worlds.
interested in
And I'll
it.
soon be through that door, so get a move on. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
We get to visit different worlds, different times. We get to explore worlds really intimately, as well as more challenging mechanics where you might meet well-known characters such as the Weeping Angels.
Still kicking?
Or even
You
a
mean
Dalek.
still slingshotting? Oh, see what I did
Plus,
there?
it's really important that we captured the experience of being in an episode. And that moment when the TARDIS appears is a really powerful moment. And of course, when you open the doors and you can actually see the TARDIS, it's quite amazing. A really real VR moment.
I've never seen a single episode of Doctor Who. Yeah, not even like a second of an episode. Like, I know some of the actors that are in it, but I've never seen anything. Hasn't ever interested me. A lot of people at work will tell me like, you should watch it, it's really good. Nah, I'm not interested. Disciples of Dawn. Alright, some Blade Runner-esque VR game. Alright, you got me. Are we just flying around the whole time now? What's this? Chicago or New York, Jay? You tell me. Or are we in China? Looks like we're in some Asian place. Either maybe Chinatown in New York? What'd you think? Atari. Oh, this is Blade Runner probably. Oh no, lo-fi. Never mind. Because I remember seeing the Atari sign in the latest Blade Runner. Squirrels. Throw those nuts, boy. Stock up for the winter, yo. I am Groot.
Hi, I'm Peter.
Oh, wait.
I'm from Resolution
Groot
Games.
fucking hates those
We're in the middle of
squirrels,
Stockholm and we're working on a multiplayer VR game called Akron. In Akron, the VR player becomes a magical tree trying to defend its acorns. The mobile players joins in as squirrels
the tree
trying
is
to
trying
steal
to
the
save
acorns.
his
Trying to
nuts.
make games that could fit everyone. It was just the most natural thing that, okay, so you're a tree.
Stop stealing my nuts.
You have your acorns, and what animal like acorns? Well,
squirrels.
Squirrels, of course.
So essentially it's a party game.
You nasty
can pick up your
squirrels,
friends,
stop stealing my nuts.
Squirrels, you throw them away, you pick up projectiles, a bowling ball. You can even pick up some sap, throw it on the field, and when the sap lays down, the squirrels will be slow when you're running around.
Acorn is coming later this summer to Oculus Rift and Oculus Quest, and we can't wait for you guys to try.
Kind of fun, I guess.
Okay, let's get this straight. Budget cuts, Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets, and Akron.
Defend the nuts.
Is it just me, or are Swedish developers really good at making wholesome VR games? Next couple of VR games,
You run fast with that.
not so wholesome.
Serious.
We work closely with AMC to bring you The Walking Dead.
Oh, Walking Dead VR?
We're really excited about this
that was
title
kinda
because it
jaggy.
allowed us for the first time to bring together all the amazing technology that we built up from
Yo, I know
past
they zombies
shooters
and
like
they
Raw Data,
walk all
the melee
crippled and
experiences
stuff,
from
but that's
Pre-Rise
kind
to
of
Glory and our
eh.
locomotion system from Sprint Vector for the first time bringing them together
That's how
in an
they
action-packed
walking.
experience like no one's seen before. Not only did we get to work with AMC and some of their team of writers, we also got to work with some of the amazing talent on the show as well.
I don't think you
As
should
you
be
go
that
through the
close to a bomb like that.
You'll be able to level up your characters, unlocking new perks. Not only that, each character will have unique, iconic weapons that you've seen in
Basically,
the show.
Walking Dead House
You'll
of
be able
Dead.
to experience what it's like to play as
sort of,
those
kind
characters fighting off the walkers. With The Walking Dead, it's not just about the world itself and the walkers, but really how you interact with them. And we wanted to take that to the next level in VR.
Stab.
So building upon our past animated technology,
Imagine if somebody's
we
walking by
wanted to
you
take
while you're on
melee
VR and you're like,
combat to the next level.
Stab.
So we created what we're calling progressive dismemberment. This new system, players not only can decapitate, scalp, carve, impale, and do all sorts of disgusting, horrible things to the walkers as they try to survive through this horrifying experience.
Jay, I know you'd be playing this shit like crazy. You'd be like, yeah, yeah, fucking ninja that shit. Yeah, yeah. You have a spoon at the end? What the fuck is this? A spork hand. Is this like a job simulator type of game? Waking up. This is me waking up in the morning for work. Like, fuck it! I don't want to go to fucking work. Okay, I'll calm down. Oh, that's kind of dark. Like, hey, damn, this Rockstar is going off the edge, yeah. Destroy the world. Yeah, throw the piano out the window. Burn the house. Oh, excuse me.
This is completely against hotel policy.
Nice. I don't know how fun that would be after a couple games through.
Well done sneaking in, Agent. You've made your way into Dr. Zor's boardroom. Don't get too comfortable. You're only here to gather intel. As long as you don't touch anything, you shouldn't have any trouble.
I think secret agent kind of games.
Less than your usual
I think that's actually a good idea if it's done properly.
Hey PSVR fans, enjoying the show? I hope so, because the next couple are for you. Let's hand it over to one of the coolest dudes in video games.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Greg Miller from Kinda Funny, and I'm so happy that Upload VR is doing their own showcase. Of course, we're doing our own showcase too, E3, all indie games. It's happening tonight. You can check it out later. Enough about that! Instead, let's talk about PlayStation VR. That's right! The only real form of VR there is. I'm just kidding. I love Oculus Quest. I just have this thing where I, joke around about not liking PC games. I digress. PlayStation VR, I'm here to talk to you about Mini Mech Mayhem. It is a game from Future Lab. You might remember them. How could you forget? From the Velocity games that were awesome on the PlayStation Vita. You remember the PlayStation Vita, right? No, you don't. It was a handheld. It had 2 sticks. It was great.
I still have mine. I took one. I took mine to PAX actually.
That's why we need to support them with Mini Mech Mayhem.
Greg? Yeah, I like Greg. But I know a lot of people hate on him.
Mini Mech Mayhem is a tabletop action strategy game for up to 4 players online. The game is played out in 2 stages. The first stage is planning, where everyone programs their actions for their little mech, and they use the PlayStation Move controllers to pick the moves for them. And then the second phase is where all those moves that have been programmed play out, and you don't necessarily know which order they're going to play out in. During the programming phase, you're trying to get your mech onto the victory square or to push another mech into a hazard. You have to try and guess what your opponent is going to do. So if it does go horribly wrong, it's not the end of the world because you have intercept cards that you can play, such as calling in an airstrike or just nudging someone off by 1 square.
We've got this thing in the game called an avatar, which is what you play as. My favourite thing is to go into the shop and then customise my avatar. You can also customise your mech as well, your little buddy, and you can put different parts on them and change the colours.
One of my unbiased favourite parts of the game is the AI. There are about 60 AI characters in game. Each of the AI characters will have its own difficulty assigned to it, so they fall into 4 categories: easy, medium, hard, and tutorial. So you might start to recognise some of these AI. If you're playing against hard all the time, you'll come up against Jack and Brave.
Those characters kind of look like that guy, though.
You're Frosty Matt.
The guy on the right.
I should have been Lemon that, really.
Oh, you can swap with Sour Claire if you want.
I'll be Sour Claire.
At the heart of Minimap Mayhem, there's a real strong funny bone, which is new for us as a studio. We've made fun games before, we've not made funny games.
Minimap Mayhem is coming out on the 18th of June, and you can pre-order now on the PlayStation Store.
I want some scary games. Let's go. Hell yeah. This is what I like VR for. Scary games, man.
Soldier of fortune. I am looking for food and shelter. Is there a brothel in this town? Where the fuck is everybody?
Language.
By all the...
Get him. It's you or him, bro. Slice. Slice. Dual wielding now. But now what? Awkward. Are we going into a lengthy gameplay demo here? What's up? That tempo just slowed down dramatically right there, eh? Okay. Is it like Diablo VR? Let's go. Bro. Seriously, Jay, I see you playing this game. Undead Citadel. Alright.
2019 has been amazing for PUBG games, with much more
Feel
to come,
that
including
immersion.
the highly anticipated Sorrento, but we're not stopping there. As you saw earlier, the Angry Birds Movie 2 VR Under Pressure is coming exclusively to PlayStation VR. We're so honored to reveal today that PUBG are plucking it out of the digital world and are sending it soaring onto store shelves everywhere. We can't wait for you to try this zany underwater adventure when it launches later this year. Also later this year, Drunken Bar Fight will get a special edition with
Nice.
DLC, introducing a
Drunken
few
Bar
new
Fight.
levels and features
Hells
like
yeah.
character selection, customization, unlockables, and 4-player multiplayer. So roll up your sleeves, ready for when Drunken Bar Fight Special Edition comes to retail in 2019. PUBG is
Holy
always
shit.
listening to the needs of the VR community, and that's why we are so happy to announce a physical edition of Pixel Ripped 1989, the multi-dimensional homage to retro gaming, is coming exclusively to the PUBG store. We'll be opening pre-orders very soon. And later this year, we'll
you're
continue
playing
to
the
work with
VR
Artful to publish
to
their
play a
highly
console?
anticipated follow-up, Pixel Ripped 1995. This one will go to wider physical markets in all territories.
Kinda weird.
That's it! Well, almost. We've got one last thing to share with you today.
Alright. Pretty quick show. 30-minute show almost.
Highwire Games' breathtaking PSVR exclusive adventure enables you to achieve the impossible as you gradually explore and unravel the secrets of an ancient city. It's one you've been waiting for, and today we are thrilled to reveal that Golem will get a physical release
Oh,
for
that
PUBG
Golem
Games
game.
at
This is a
launch.
PSVR
Thank
game, I
you for
believe?
your continued support. Enjoy
I
the
heard
rest
about
of the
this
show.
like
Hey guys,
3-4
I'm
years
Arjen,
ago.
programmer at Vertigo Games, and I'm excited to reveal something we've been working on that has been requested a lot. Can't wait what you guys think.
Arizona Sunshine. I hate trailers. They just show the name and no game.
This will be the Arizona
Come
Sunshine
on.
experience you've come to love with the freedom of the Oculus Quest, coming this year.
I have no idea what Arizona
Dance Central is the
Showcase
hottest club in virtual reality, where the music never stops and the doors never close. With a 32-song soundtrack ranging from the 70s to today's biggest hits, You can go in, dance with your favorite Dance Central characters to custom choreography, all designed for VR.
Put on that Bruno Mars,
In addition
bro.
to practice mode, customizing your avatar, competitive and cooperative online multiplayer, we have some exciting new features coming to Dance Central. Playing Dance Central can be a workout. It's definitely a great game for fitness, so we created the Fitness app. And the Fitness app allows you to track your calories burned in real time, as well as your stats over time. A huge part of the experience in Dance Central is dancing with the characters. Currently, your friends can challenge you to beat their scores, but now the characters are going to challenge
Bad
you.
Romance?
Dancing with the characters allows you to earn respect and eventually unlock assets in the wardrobe so you can look fly anywhere in the game. And finally, we're releasing 6 songs as DLC. So if you've mastered all 32 on the soundtrack, no problem. We have more content coming your way. Dance Central is available now for the Oculus Quest, Rift S, and Rift. So pick it up and meet us in the club.
Man, you know they're taking their stuff out of Just Dance.
I'm really excited to be here to announce something that we've been waiting to share actually with the rest of the VR community out there.
They've been quiet for a while.
And that is that we're bringing Echo Arena to Quest. And for us,
I kind of wish they would do another order 1806.
So I'm really excited to tell you that soon you'll be able to play Echo Arena in all its glory on the Quest.
Hello, Captain Rhodes. I'm glad to see you're still safe. You too, Echo One.
I'm also really excited to be here not only to announce Echo Arena for Quest, but I'm here to introduce Lone Echo 2. In Lone Echo 2, actually, we're joining back in the story of Jack and Liv, and you'll be able to kind of reprise your role as Jack in the story that took our characters in the 22nd century from the space station around the rings of Saturn forward 400 years into the future, stranded
so many VR
on
sets
this
now.
spaceship.
I don't
But
even
then
know
we
which
open
one's
the
the
world
Quest.
by introducing more characters that are going to contribute to your narrative, to the way you're going to play the game, and find out why not only is the gameplay mechanic important, but why is the relationship we build with the two characters important. Lone Echo 2 really reinforces this idea that you and Liv are like family, and that you and her basically will go through anything against all odds.
They can't know you're online. I promise. I'll explain everything when I get back. I'm going to need your help.
Never heard of that game. Gotta look it up.
I can't wait to play more Dance Central on Quest. But Lone Echo 2 looked amazing, didn't it? Let's keep rolling with that PC VR vibe.
Okay, I thought this show was wrapping up, but I guess not. Oh, what the fuck is that? Alright, some Half-Life shit, let's go.
Hey.
Or are you like in a simulation or some shit, or what? Boneworks.
Monkey bunk.
Super Half-Life-y.
Battle Lake is our
I have returned. I was looking for my headphones. I thought you were maybe looking for breakfast or
pirate
something.
and high
Yeah?
seas, and we just wanted to bring
Grabbing
those all
yourself a
together
snack
in
or
an
something.
action-packed experience people haven't been able to do.
Welcome back, my guy.
Like all games at Survios, we really focus first and foremost on how can we innovate, how can we push the medium
Bro,
forward.
Sea of
So
Thieves
previously
VR
we
right
had
here.
Sprint Vector, and in that product we worked on fluid locomotion. So building upon the fluid locomotion system from the past, the team said, let's take this
Front
to
guns
vehicles.
on your
And
ship.
the first thing the team asked ourselves is, if we're going to put fluid
What?
locomotion on a vehicle, what vehicle should we put players in? And everyone said almost simultaneously,
Let's go.
pirates, right? Battleships on the high seas. You're constantly surrounded by dozens of pirate ships. We have
Dude,
a
in
variety
VR
of
this
weapons,
should
from
be
broadsides
fucking
to Gatling
wicked.
guns,
I just
machine
wish the
guns,
graphics were a little more
axe throwers, ballistas, all sorts
like
of things.
better.
And when you're playing the experience, not only does each pirate lord have a series of weapons and different levels they can progress through the system,
Yo,
they also have their
tornado.
unique powers and abilities.
Oh, you already ate breakfast? Yeah, I had a small breakfast. I'm still hungry though.
4 players co-op on the same team going from
You too,
one
yeah.
scenario to another in a series of missions.
Always room for
that
more
give
food,
players
man.
random
Always.
objectives and dynamic enemy types that progressively
Sure,
get harder
yeah.
and harder and harder for the players.
Probably have lunch
So
in
one of the
another
really
hour or
exciting
so.
things we're doing about Battle Lake is we're actually going to have a closed beta. So please go to battlelake.com where you can sign up to
That looks fun,
participate in
though.
that.
I like
And
that
players
game.
will be able to play this new and exciting warfare mode before this gets released to the public.
In my life thus far, I have lost my unborn child, my wife, my fortune.
Helm Systems presents. Always.
I've been betrayed and dishonored. All for the sake of evil men and their ambitions.
Alrighty. We're doing some Skyrim Part 2. Yo. Alright. Bro, he just got knocked over by a shield. The combat. Bro, you barely touched him. He's like, oops. Oops. Sorry about chopping off your head, bro. Oops. Alright, get to fly around in a dragon, okay. Ooh, those trees are jaggy as fuck. I know, man. Where's the real combat here, man?
The castle guards serve only
Bro,
to
you know he didn't live that. How the hell are you gonna fall out the castle, past the waterfall?
What more do I have to lose?
Soul Keeper. You would think that name would already be copywritten or something, you know? Soul Keeper.
We're working on Space Team Virtuality, which is a cooperative shouting game where you have to stop your ship from reaching its impending doom. The only way you can do that is by yelling at your friends.
We've licensed the original Space Team iOS and Android game
my
for 8 million users. We've brought that great couch co-op play, brought it into VR.
It's for between 2 and 6 players. You can play locally or you can play online.
Just like the original game, each sector gets harder and harder and crazier as you're shouting things to each other. Different challenges in each sector as you get a different set of controls on your panel. Ray guns to shoot, so you can shoot all the aliens that are throwing goop at you panels with.
You've got a
Everybody's
special hammer, so when
holding
everything inevitably
their gun
breaks,
like
you can
this
then
and
fix
shit.
it.
We've got fire extinguishers, but all
Or
the
they're
fires out.
fucking half their hand like all bent out of form.
Asteroid fields that you need to defend against.
And of course we've got terrifyingly difficult to understand instructions and a high level of technobabble.
And lots of over-the-top facial expressions from your various avatars, which will also be personalisable as well. Ultimately, the important thing to remember for this game is you have to work together as a space team. We're going to be opening the game up for alpha testing soon.
We're really excited to be bringing Space Team to VR fans at home, but also VR arcades, so people who might not have access to headsets can go off and play. And watch this space.
No, stop. Stop. Stop with the faces.
Audica is a VR rhythm shooter available now in early access. Armed with dual blasters, players shoot and smash to the beat of a killer soundtrack with 22 songs and counting. We've already released 10 updates in early access, and later this month we'll have our biggest update yet. It will include more new songs, a new environment, a new weapon set, and new leaderboard features that make it easier to challenge and compete with your friends, even cross-platform.
We recently updated the game to allow for custom blasters and avatars, and we also shared tools to allow you to create alternate target maps for any of the songs in our game soundtrack. Today, we're releasing an in-game editor that allows you to shoot along to any song on the soundtrack any way you like, which is immediately a playable map, which can be shared or exported to Reaper for tweaking.
We are extremely grateful to our Audica creators and wanted to find a special way to showcase and reward that creativity. So we're excited to invite all of you to create your own playable maps. Submit them to our Discord channel by July 10th for a chance to win prizes. We look forward to playing what you make.
You can pick up Audica now on Steam, Oculus Store, or Viveport, and we'll see you on the leaderboards.
The guy behind the bushes, look.
Asgard's Wrath is an action-adventure
Alright, a Norse game. Let's
RPG game set in a Norse mythology backdrop. You're going to be exploring a number of realms throughout the entire game. You're going to meet some of the famous Asgardians from across the world of Wrath. Loki's going to be sending you off to different realms to meet mortal heroes that you're going to aid and help to complete
Yo, this is
their
definitely
saga.
Vikings the game in this show, bro.
I will not be swept away so
There's
easily.
lag at the
Gameplay is very action-oriented. As a god, you're going to be converting animals
I picked
to
up a
assist the
shark
human characters.
and made him into a
Shark's
human
pretty
shark.
hungry, so you could tell him to eat corpses. As he's eating the corpses, sometimes he'll be pulling a lever that's lifting up a platform, or he could be opening a door. I think people have never seen combat like what they're going to see in Asgard's Wrath. It's so visceral to have the sword and the shield in your hand and feel the
look
impact
at that combat.
and really
Look
feel
how
like you're
fucking
there
fluid
competing
that
with
shit is.
somebody. But probably one of my favorite elements is when you
Look
when
at
you first
that.
as a god convert an animal and you put it down, to actually initiate and make that animal be your follower and do your bidding. You've got to walk over and give him a high five or a fist bump to get him to follow you.
My blades are at your command.
Asgard's Wrath will be out fall 2019, and it'll be out on the Oculus Rift. And make sure to play it on the Oculus Rift S because it looks absolutely fantastic on that.
My name is Victoria.
I'll look into it.
In the
Definitely
fourth
want
year
to
of
try
the
it out
reign
at
of
work
King
or
James,
something.
I was knighted for fending off a raid by orcs from the Black Fist. Shortly after, I joined the Volpine Order to help maintain peace in the city. In the 6th year of King James, I saved a group of noble
Everybody
women
was
from an
surprised about
unruly mob at
Smogate at
Rose
the
Square.
Xbox.
And in the
I've known this
following
company
year,
for a long
I
time. They're
defeated a
Korean
company
though.
of bandits gathering near our border. I
They make
accompanied
pretty
my
decent
lord
games.
as a steadfast guard through the Shadow Hills, the Azure Marshlands, and the Ashen Plains. No one dared doubt my loyalty. Until, that is, Lord Conrad was injured in battle during the Cobalt Rebellion. Baroness Eva.
Yo,
was
VR games are
behind
getting
everything.
better, right? Yo, I think they're like starting to perfect it a little bit.
We don't have much time. Where were we? Oh, right. The injury. While the Lord was recovering, Baroness Eva took control of the military. Baroness Eva began installing her close allies in positions of power.
Is that a walkie-talkie in medieval times? What the fuck?
So we planned to retake the castle. But
Yo, I like that guy's
she
helmet.
covered our
Fucking
plot.
rhino face.
Last night, just as I was supposed to meet Lord Conrad, I sneaked into his room. A familiar smell hit me as soon as I opened the door. The wretched smell of blood, just like being back on the battlefield. I checked on Lord Conrad immediately, but he was already lying there dead, drenched in blood. It was obvious that his last breaths were spent in agony. I couldn't find any wounds, and the color of his blood was strange. As if he were...
Yo, this game's a little intense.
Suddenly, I realized I had stumbled into a trap. Baroness Eva had been behind everything from the very beginning. I fought, but there were too many of them. I somehow managed to escape.
Definitely interested in this. I wonder if it'll be a long game.
This is treason, plain and simple. And I'm out to
Look at
disprove
this,
the
man.
traitor's plot.
Yo, VR's getting so good.
Let's make a deal, Dave.
Look
If you
at this,
help me
man.
clear my name, I will bring no charges against you. I give you my word.
Logan. Logan. That's my name.
Did he just raise the middle finger up? Deep in the castle, Rogan. Alright.
Garden of the Sea is a VR game about truly belonging somewhere, about creating a home with your own hands, and about exploring and connecting with the world around you.
You start out on a small island and you have a little cottage, and your objective is to grow your own
Animal
garden
Crossing.
and explore the nearby islands and befriend some interesting creatures, and basically just make this world
Could you
your
imagine
home.
Animal Crossing
We had this
VR,
internal pitch
yo?
day right after we released budget cuts, and Christopher, the art director on this game, and I both came into the pitch day and basically pitched the exact same game. So we looked at each other and we're like, we kind of have to build this now, don't we? We've got a plant growing system and a crafting system. We want to do some crossbreeding in the future, both for the animals and for the plants, so that, you know, what you're feeding them affects how they behave or what they look like in the future. We have some quests, we have a boat, we want to put in fishing soon.
Another thing that I really like is the creatures, because they are really fun to interact with.
Yeah, they're so cute, aren't they?
Yeah. And I hope we're gonna add more of them for the full game.
I have to say I have like a soft spot for the crafting system. That one I think has a lot of potential to become really cool. So we figured, like, why not release it now, today, in way too early access. We have so many ideas about what we want to build, but we want to know what you want the game to have. And we need your input on that to figure out how to make this game the best it possibly can be.
Hey, there's I am Groot
We're
in the back.
releasing Garden of the Sea on Steam, and we will support all the major VR headsets via Steam
Garden
VR.
of the Sea.
Back high five.
What's that?
It's whatever.
I don't know.
That's how that works.
These cool backwards
We're not good at high
fives.
fives, so we're going to work on our high fives.
Hi, I'm Paul Vandermeer, lead designer at Vertigo Games, and today
Awkward
we're
moment
proud to
now.
reveal the first gameplay footage of the Dam DLC, the largest Arizona Sunshine mission yet. It's coming your way August 27th. Please enjoy.
Okay. Finally, we get to see what Arizona Sunshine is.
You knew what you were getting into. Get inside the dam, reset the control systems, and prove yourself useful.
Is this that one VR game that came out a while ago? Like one of the first games that came out on Vive or something like that?
No, no, no!
Okay. More zombies.
Okay then.
Yo, it's Ados's husband.
Hi, I'm Erin, head of content at Hammerhead, an immersive entertainment studio based in the UK. We're excited to announce that we're working on the continuation of Abe, the award-winning 2013 cult film by Rob McClellan. Abe is a tense psychological horror about a robot who's looking for love in all the wrong places. We are creating a multi-format story world, leading with a pioneering location-based VR experience that will be brought to life through state-of-the-art volumetric capture. We're also bringing you a short film and a game release that can be played with or without VR. We're proud to present the first teaser. Take a look.
That's pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to look up the movie now. Never heard of
it. Let us begin.
They got humans. Nice. Yo, creepy as fuck. What are we gonna do with the pig?
Maybe this time I will get it right. Maybe this time I will fix you.
Oh man, what?
Abe looks amazing, but what are you going to do to that pig?
Exactly.
Anyway, thanks Hammerhead for that one. In fact, we're nearing the home stretch now, so it's time to start throwing some more megatons your way. Here's the latest look at Aspire 1.
Got about 50 minutes before we start the PC gaming show, so hopefully they wrap it up
Aspire
before
1
that
is
so
a
I can
made for
change
VR
some of the
stealth-action
layouts.
first-person shooter
that targets every VR platform. The original inspiration for Aspire actually came from Upload VR's Presence podcast that they ran in 2016. One of their listener questions was, why aren't there any realistic stealth games in VR? Games like Metal Gear Solid and Splinter Cell. And for 2 years, we've been trying to reimagine these classic stealth mechanics in VR.
Look at this.
Aspire's been built for VR PC headsets.
VR is getting there, man. VR is finally getting there, man.
The HTC Vive and Windows Mixed Reality. It's also coming to PSVR and the Oculus Quest, where gameplay will remain one-to-one.
A huge problem with VR is simulator sickness or VR sickness. And right from day one, we've always wanted all players to play Aspire with the full freedom of movement and the precise control that they expect from console shooters. So early in development, we invented the Aspire Control Theater.
For the PSVR.
It is our locomotion system with its comfort features.
Hanging on the wall.
And the Aspire Control Theater allows for full freedom of movement, maintains immersion in the game world, and minimises VR sickness.
We've also got electromagnets in the Aspire robot's hands, so you can climb metal surfaces throughout the game and distance grip certain objects, which gives you a variety of stealth options when you're playing the game. You can actually sneak up behind guards if you're undetected and physically say freeze, and they'll be held up. Players experience long-form, story-driven campaign missions, so they take 30 to 80 minutes to complete. Progress can be saved mid-mission, which is perfect for playing on the go.
There are also a number of virtual challenges that test your skills on global leaderboards.
Tripwire have just been fantastic over the journey. They've been so much more than just a publisher. They've provided us dev support and a variety of other resources throughout the journey.
The Aspire team is extremely excited to get the game into your virtual hands. You'll be able to play Aspire this coming August, where it will be available on all platforms. To find out more about the game and to stay up to date on the latest developments, be sure to visit us on our social media platforms.
Holy f***, that looked amazing! If you like that, check out this cool
Hey everybody, Shabs, Game Director here at First Contact Entertainment. I'm excited to be here on behalf of our team to give you guys a world exclusive to the new title we're working on. It's a fast-paced, multiplayer shooter in VR.
Firewall 0 hour. That shit was intense. Okay. Really? Is that all? Okay. No, really, that was all? I was just kidding there. You're not gonna show the game? That was weird. You know what they really, what I really want to? The Transformers game? Dude. Hell yeah. Bro, I would be at this Decepticon there, bro. They got better vehicles. Bro, just to be Starfire alone, bro. Fly around and shit and be like da 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 da. Stay in there with these Starfire chest. Hells yeah, man.
So we knew early on that we wanted to make Budget Cuts 2 a game of larger scope and variety. So that's when we asked Fast Travel Games to collaborate with us.
Yeah,
I haven't picked that one up. I picked up the one that was like
each other's games,
like the 80s anime one a while ago.
Discussions and great ideas being thrown around. So when Meat approached us to co-develop this game, my thoughts went back to those discussions, and I'm really happy we will work together.
Came
to
out
make
a while
them
ago
alive.
too.
In Budget Cuts 2, you're on a mission. It used to be about saving your job, but now you have to save the world. So your mission is to take down Transcorp, a mega powerful corporation that kills humans and replaces them with workaholic robots, all in the name of efficiency. And to accomplish this, you have to leave your office cubicle and travel across several new types of environments.
So these new environments, they enable us to make new gameplay, both in terms of enemy encounters and puzzle solving, and combining that with
yeah, relax, man.
our improved
I think
AI
this shows
system
I'm
and
done.
new types of enemies, new
and
types
then
of
the
gadgets.
PC gaming shows
lets us make a whole new range of challenges. So it's not just like choosing between stealth or action. It's more fine-grained, like
start changing
how you choose to approach a stealth scenario, or what tools you use to accomplish your goals. The original Budget Cuts was about escaping the transport offices, so we found that players were taking a very cautious approach to enemies.
In Budget Cuts 2, it's much more about infiltration, about getting closer to the transport headquarters to finally be able to take them down. Budget Cuts 2 is a self-contained title, so you don't have to have enjoyed Budget Cuts 1 to play this, but I think you really should, because it's an awesome game.
Stay tuned, because Budget Cuts 2 Mission Insolvency will be released on all high-end VR headsets this year.
What?
Okay, hold on to your butts. It's the big finale. Let's hand it over to Cloudhead Games.
Alright, hopefully the last game.
So Pistol Whip is this kind of glorious hodgepodge of genres. We've been describing it as like a music rhythm FPS game, but it also
haven't
has
heard
the
that word in a
like
long time, man. Hodgepodge.
A bullet hell game.
It's a shooter that you don't necessarily have to be dead accurate for to hit, and it's a rhythm game that doesn't require you to take out enemies in a specific order.
To me, the gameplay of Pistol Whip is all about speed. You're not taking your time and aiming down the sights.
Not interested in this game.
Make sure you get a headshot on a dude.
Just gonna start doing the tweets and stuff for the next show.
Through the scene, taking out as many guys as you can, dodging bullets all at the same time.
I love this idea that you are kind of just focus on the thing that you're good at. And in this case, it's either being reactive and accurate to hitting enemies, or you're thinking about the beat and the musicality of it.
It's like taking chocolate and peanut butter in VR with your kind of flow state rhythm of Beat Saber, and you've got your frenetic action of Superhot, and you put them together and you end up feeling like John Wick in a movie trailer, taking out targets and ultimately being this action hero badass.
We ended up listening to a whole bunch of different tracks, obviously, and as the team kind of focused in on what we really wanted the heart of the game to be, it became clear that one label in Montreal really stood out. Cannibal Records is who we ended up partnering with.
Straight from the grave.
They just seem to have this
That Duke Nukem I just heard?
really dramatic and kick-ass epic action songs, but they're also just super fun. So it really kind of hit the sweet spot for us and what we were looking for.
A round of Pistol Whip feels kind of like watching a high-octane action movie trailer. You know, if you liked John Wick, Hardcore Henry, Equilibrium, you're probably gonna love this.
So for me, part of the inspiration.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go into the break now and get everything ready for the PC show, because I gotta start looking up their live feed and stuff. So I don't think you guys are interested in this game that much. So meh.
This is not exactly the club from John Wick, but it's tapping into that same vibe.
There you go. He just mentioned John Wick right now, man. Of course, it's John Wick.
Through the game, just based on where the enemies are popping up.
The stuff that you see in your
Bro, you know you're not gonna have that perfect aim, bro.
you have a
You're gonna be like, oh shit, I missed.
To hit at a specific timing. That doesn't exist here. You're presented opportunities in a rhythmic manner that's driven by the music that's at the heart of everything, and you choose how to capitalize on those.
At the start, you're trying to compete against yourself. You're trying to best your.
Trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and try to wrap it up real quick. But
with how you're taking out enemies.
I think we get the idea of the game already.
I like the kind of steps and stages you experience as you kind of go through different songs and you learn how to be a great pistol
Jay,
player.
you gonna do all those movements right there and be John Wick, man? That undercover?
Whether it's a deeply complex narrative experience or something like we did for Valve with the Hand Labs experience or Pistol Whip, we pride ourselves on knowing what feels good, and I think Pistol Whip feels amazing, and people will get it when they play it.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the be right back screen while I set things up. I'm gonna put back the music in a second as well. So
okay, that's a wrap.
Look
we
for
are
the PC
done,
gaming show.
finished,
Hold tight,
finito,
guys.
out of here. Thank you so much for watching the first ever Upload E3 VR showcase. Thank you to every developer that took part today. You guys make the VR industry what it is. Let's close out with another look at some of the games we covered today.